today I'm going to be making some Dungeness crab, and basically I will be cooking this with coconut milk, a lot of peppers and scallions, and right there, and some of the herbs that I have here, a little bit of seasoning and curry. So this kind of reminds me of like the Jamaican whole thing going on. I will be enjoying this with basmati rice. But the first thing you want to do with your crabs, obviously, I've cleaned it, it's all washed, but is to get the top off and to just do a little bit of cleaning before we cook it, because we don't want to mess it. So what you want to do is, there's a place here that you can literally just pop this open. Oh. You see that? Like so. This, some people could eat, it's like the liver, but sometimes it does have a lot of toxins. I don't care about that today. And the next thing you want to do is remove the gills. You see that? Let's get all that removed. I'm also going to just get this off. And that's it. We're gonna do that. Just make sure it's all cleaned up. Hey honey, have you ever eaten crabs before? Do you like it, or you don't care for it so much?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. So this, can you see it, guys? That easy. And you want to just remove all of that. Again, remove all the gills. We'll be right back. So the other thing I didn't get to do earlier, as you were watching, was to get this back part removed, because we really don't need it. So I'm going to just, you can use a knife to simply just pop it open. See that? Once we get that off, we'll just break it into, and you can just easily now like remove each, but I don't want to do that. I want this to be able to just fit right in the pot. It's all clean. You can see the meat, the beautiful meat. I'm saving the top to serve. It just makes for a very nice presentation. So I'm going to be showing you how to use that. The next thing we're going to do is to get this all together. And I want to show you here before we start boiling, because it just makes it easier for me. So the first thing I'm going to do is put all my crabs whole the way they are. Arrange them nicely. I already washed them earlier, but I'm going to wash them one more time just to be safe. So I'm going to start by, oh, this one is going to fly away. We'll be adding some of this. I'm just going to add it the way they are, because but if you want, you could always just cut the bottom. And I'm just gonna add this whole into the pot. The next thing is your habanero peppers. One thing I love about habanero is just that little nice kick to it. Some people find it to be really spicy. I really don't. So I'm gonna just chop them, because I want everything to kind of get really hot and nice. I'm gonna put that in here. So I was having a conversation today with a family member, and I was just talking about how amazing this time is, with even with the COVID-19, and I know a lot of people are stressed at this time, but I also see it as a blessing in disguise, because for the first time we get to spend time with our family, our loved ones. We get to do things. For me, it's been a time of creative outbursts, if you would say, because I probably wouldn't have been able to even have time to do this, or just enough rest, really. So for some of us, we're able to catch up on rest. We're able to rest a little bit more, and that's just really beautiful. I'm gonna add this. For this one, I'm gonna chop it just a little bit more. I'm just adding everything together. I love herbs, guys, and so I'm going to be adding some sage. some fresh thyme, and some rosemary. The next is onga. Well, you could use any kind of bouillon, and honestly, I'm not measuring this. This is just like, we're just doing it. This is my curry. I will be adding a tablespoon of curry, a little bit more sage. This is just dry sage. And finally, I'll add my coconut milk. Once it's boiling, I'm still going to add a little bit of this, but for now, I'm leaving that out. All I need to do is pop it open. Some of the coconut milk tend to be really thick, so I'm gonna just scoop. And because it's really thick, I will just add water. And I'll be right back with this on the stove. So this is now on the stove. We're gonna just let it boil together. I added 2 cups of water because the coconut milk just is a bit too thick. What you want to do is just cover it up and let it cook. After which, after about 5 to 6 minutes, you could taste it to just see if the seasoning is okay, if you need to add more bouillon or a little bit of salt. I don't use salt, so I just added the bouillon and we'll let it do its magic. Okay guys, I have it boiling here. As you can see, it's very nice. And I have a cover here as well because I'm going to use it for plating. It's all clean, it's all washed, but I don't want to use it to serve it raw. And this is boiling beautifully. You could smell the coconut. You can see the liquid here. And I'm just letting that soak in because you really just want it to cook together, and you could smell the habanero and all of that, and it's just so beautiful. I'm gonna let this cook some more for a few more minutes, and after which we'll be plating that. You can smell the coconut, you could smell the habanero and all the herbs. And I have the cover here again because after cleaning that out, I like to use it for my plating. It just makes for a beautiful plate. We're gonna let this boil some more for a few more minutes, and after which I will show you how to plate it. So I have it, it's all nice and cooked. As you can see, you have everything together here. And I have my medley vegetables here. So I'm gonna just show you a simple way to plate this. I'm gonna move this to the side. I think that would be much better. Right, like so. I'm gonna do this. And we have our beautifully cooked basmati rice. Let's get some. I'm gonna show you 2 ways on how to serve this. If you wanna be really fancy or just very simple. And our veggies right here. I will be getting some of the liquid in here. Just drizzle that on top. I'll put this on one side. Drizzle more on top. And this is our first way of serving that. The second way you could do this is to get one of this cooked. Well, I cooked it already. So I'm just gonna place it to the side. It's amazing how God just gave us so many beautiful things to like sustain us in this life, right? I feel. Again, you can get your veggies to the side. And this is just for plating, obviously. I'll put this right here. just do that. And you can make this thick or you can make it watery. This is slightly watery because I like the soup part. Another way you could do it is to add some spices and actually just drink this as a soup. This is another way of serving it. And I will show you a third way of serving it. You take your bowl, your crab bowl, you stuff it up, your rice, get some veggies to the side, you drench that with soup. I think trying this just kind of gives it, and I'm just gonna put as much as the bowl can take because literally it could come out, which that's what it's doing now. And my spoon fell in there. And you could just place this to the side. So these are 3 ways to serve. Another way you could do it is to put your rice, your veggies, and just literally cover it with that to create a cover. And that's it for the basmati rice and Dungeness crab. I don't have a specific name for it. You can call it anything you want, but I call it the coconut Jamaican crab meal. And I'm so excited about it because we get to enjoy it, and my husband isn't into crabs that much, but I'm thinking, honey, you're gonna enjoy it, right? I think you will. Right? You will.
I will.
He doesn't want to talk. But I am so thankful for this season. I'm so thankful for what's going on, and I just pray that all of us will come out of this like feeling better, looking better. We all kind of gain weight. And I don't know about you, but I don't really care about counting calories, and we're just gonna rump it out until this is all over and the world goes back to normal. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and see you next week.